All right, I got this insane pitch for my next ad campaign for you guys. Are you ready to hear this? Are you ready to greenlight the most insane, amazing promo idea you've ever heard in your entire life? The idea, are you ready for this? Porno veggies. It is farmers injecting fruits, especially zucchinis and tomatoes, with oxytocin, the love drug, the hormone responsible for porno.
All right. Great.
It sounds like you guys don't think this is an amazing idea.
Lindsay, do you want to? We had that thing.
If you guys don't like my idea, then screw both of you. This is going to be an amazing idea. This is going to be a $10 million idea. Screw you.
I'll just kick him. Oh, there we go. He's gone.
So obviously that was a ridiculous idea. In fact, it wasn't even an idea. And if you yourself are wondering, what is a marketing idea? Well, we have videos about that. You can check them out. They're amazing. They're great. I made all of them. But I came up with that example. Should I be alone on the screen for this spiel? And I originally came up with that example back when I was doing the Agora copy camps, because one of the things that I found that newbies and juniors were doing was that they just kept shouting out promotional ideas or content ideas that were ridiculous. The CIA secret to the UFOs that manipulate the stock market. Things like that. Basically, everything that they were coming up with was just pure shock value. Things that were designed to capture a lot of attention, but that had no actual meat or argument or benefit there. So if you're wondering what a big idea in a marketing context is, you can obviously check out the videos that we've done by clicking here. But right now, what I want to do is introduce this video, which is going to give you a simple 5-step assessment for checking to see if your idea for marketing, for content, for anything that you produce is good or not.
So this framework for evaluating a big idea is not original. We didn't come up with this. This is a framework that was devised by a famous copywriter, a famous financial copywriter named Mike Palmer. But this tool has come to circle around a lot of copy circles. So the test is called the radio test, and we'll go through it one by one. So Sean, Alex, can I lean on you guys to help me flesh out what the radio test is?
Yeah, sure. No problem. I can help.
And my axe!
So the radio test stands for reward, affirmation, density, intrigue, originality. We'll go through each one by one. So the first one, R. R stands for reward. Does your idea have a crystal clear benefit that it's offering to the reader? That the reader, upon looking at it within a few seconds, understands very quickly and easily what it is they're going to get from reading this and why they should even keep reading in the first place.
For example, Guinness once put out an ad which was really, really fun. Instead of just saying, hey, buy Guinness, which is kind of predictable, they instead paired Guinness with the perfect type of oyster and told you how to drink it. They put that on a chart and then gave some information away for free. So the next time you have oysters, perhaps it'd be good to get a Guinness. That is both free marketing and free value that feels pretty good because, hey, I just learned something.
Another example actually comes from webinars and seminars that I used to write, which involved basically bribing readers to stick around for the entire session by giving away a free stock at the end or giving away some sort of free bonus, or at least giving people the ability to access that free bonus if they watch all the way to the end. There are a lot of different ways to do it, but the simplest way to do it is to basically just explicitly say, hey, if you read through this piece of long copy, you will get some sort of tangible reward at the very end. And if you want to be a little gray hat about it, you would frame the offer as the reward itself. And you would frame that not as, hey, you're going to get this thing. You would frame that as, hey, I will show you how to gain access to this thing. Semantically, people associate it as they're going to get something of value, but ultimately what you've done is just explicitly said, I am going to sell you something later.
The second letter in the radio test is A for affirmation. You never want to try educating your reader. If you find in your copy that you're about to start teaching them something, it's not going to work because people don't have the attention span or the interest to be educated by a stranger on the internet, when in reality, you want your copy to quickly move the reader along the selling process and that selling psychology. And you do that by channeling things that your subjects already believe in and already know to be true in their heart of hearts. And they're kind of already sold on your message and therefore your credibility from the get-go.
Everybody arrives at anything that you write with preconceived notions and identification. And ultimately, every single piece of copy should try to affirm, cultivate, and generally support people's worldviews and ideas and notions that they have about the world. The moment your copy starts to challenge them and to contradict the worldview that they have, that's the moment that they start to click off, because people do not read ads that tell them that they're wrong.
But even more than that, you can also use affirmation to seriously dial down into a specific audience. For example, I remember when I was tasked with selling a product. It was a simple snack bar, and one of the things I found out about it is that it didn't contain any gluten. Now, that up to that point had not been a selling point of the product at all. But I thought, hey, why don't we try affirming the idea of that this is gluten-free to people who would care about it? So instead of just saying, hey, this is delicious, it's nice, try and eat this, I targeted a gluten-free audience, people who had celiac disease or were on a gluten-free diet. And I said to them, this is a specifically designed gluten-free snack. Even though it wasn't specifically designed for that, but bringing that point front and center suddenly made it far more attractive. And we sold hell of a lot more than we were selling before just by changing the angle and affirming something that that audience really cared about.
Density is like peeling an onion.
Ogres are like onions.
Does your idea have layers of story and complexity that you can slowly unfold? Some ideas naturally have complexity, and it's easy when you see it, you can immediately recognize, yes, there's a lot to talk about here. And some ideas, like porno veggies, for example, there's just nothing else beyond kind of the shocker headline.
Actually, porno veggies are an extremely good idea with a lot of density. There's a lot to unpack in the fact that farmers are injecting oxytocin into zucchinis and other phallically shaped vegetables and then selling them to people. In fact, if you go into the Bible and then look at the third letter of every other word in the book of Deuteronomy, what you'll find is a message of grave of your people do not bow and the fact that do not experience that, especially they're more pure, organic, natural, unporno veggies as possible.
That finally brings us to Intrigue. I like this quote from Mike Palmer. He says, great copy is like a puzzle that slowly unravels. So your idea, it should be bold, maybe feel a little risky. It should feel big, packed with some drama, maybe even a little mystery. Curiosity itself is a super powerful benefit, actually. You want your reader to read your copy like they are reading a novel that they can't put down, slowly stringing them along page by page. You want them to be so intrigued by what you're writing that they have to keep reading to find the solution, to find the answer of the problem that you have posed and elevated in front of them.
Intrigue and curiosity are arguably the two best emotions for evoking that sense of desire, that sense of hunger in your audience and making them want to learn more. And if you can master those two emotions, you're going to make people keep coming back for more. So for example, say you are browsing YouTube for fitness tips or how to lose weight fast. If you click onto the next video and you get an ad that says, here are 5 common vegetables that secretly keep you from burning fat, you're going to want to click that ad. And the reason is because clicking that ad is going to fulfill and satiate that sense of curiosity that you've had. And if you pay attention, most YouTube and other social media ads are doing this. They're not running through a whole long sales pitch. They're not listing out features and benefits of the products they're trying to sell. They are literally just trying to make you curious about the product, just to the point of making you click the ad.
Thank you, Rod. The last letter of the radio test, O, stands for originality. So with this letter, your idea has to feel somewhat new. It can't be something that they feel like they've seen before. They'll just stop reading, already know what this is, already saw it, moving on. I mean, look, it's hard to come up with new ideas every day, all the time. The good news is you don't have to. Your idea just has to be somewhat different, such that when the reader sees it, they don't immediately think, I already know what this is.
The logic behind this is that humans are novelty-seeking machines. In fact, in long-form direct response financial copy, one thing that is often said is that new and unique is often better than better and faster. That is to say, people are more interested and intrigued by the thing that they do not have experience with. And that's why you see so many different products out there. Doesn't really matter what niche, always framing themselves as the new, discovered, untold story, unveiled, newly revealed solution to some problem. It's because humans are generally motivated by dopamine, and there's nothing that tickles your dopamine glands better than a little hint of originality.
For example, one product that I worked with was a dog tracking device. It was attached to a collar of a dog, and it would give you the GPS location. Pretty cool. And for a few years, it had been used as, hey, know where your dog is at all times. If they get lost, you can track them down easily, exactly like Find My Phone apps. How we decided to frame it was slightly different, because something else the technology could do was track the pace of the dog and track its dexterity, i.e. how much it was moving and how quick it was to turn. So instead of going for the normal kind of boring angle of, hey, know where your dog is at all times, we instead went for, it can be used for that, but the email campaigns we sent out were all about track your dog's health. It's a accurate, technologically based way to make sure your dog is doing all the right things they should be doing, isn't starting to slow down, doesn't have any risks of hip dysplasia, and just moving forward with that idea suddenly made the whole product base far more powerful and the customer base far more willing to buy, because all of a sudden we're showing them something that, guess what, they've never seen, and to them it's an extremely original idea.
So there you have it, radio, a simple 5-point test for determining whether your ideas suck or don't suck. Now, next time you're trying to think of an idea or brainstorm an idea or write down an idea, just think about, is there a benefit? Is there affirmation for the person you're going to be writing for? Is there density? Is there something that you can unpack over a series of pages? Is there intrigue, something that keeps people reading through the pages? And is there originality, some facet that the person has not seen before?
I think you just spelled video.
Yeah, Badio. I picked up
You
on
said
that.
benefits instead of reward.
God!
You
But we'll
did.
let it run. It's the copy that IP now.
Yeah.
It's our thing. Badio.
Baby.
And that's how
Video.
you get around
It's-
copyright laws.
It's badio.
That's the originality part. Bad
Yeah.
IO. It's like a crap software.
You did.
God.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now we're doing SaaS.
No, don't even correct that.